I lived in Colorado as my first place where I reported the news. I love the mountains. This to me is rugged. So if you need to hike, and you really get out there, maybe you walk no matter what the temperature is like, what the weather is like, this is your workhorse. And you have two colors. I love this, so plush. So it's a good looking, sporty boot, your most rugged boot. I think this is the most rugged we have with BEARPAW. So this, if you go on winter excursions, hiking, and you go to the mountains and you do all of that, or if you just, you hike in your neighborhood, you take the dog for a walk, y'all go through a trail and you're gonna be cold. Since this is 100% waterproof, not repelling the water, which never wet technology is great because it really repels it, but this is waterproof, and it's hard to find a waterproof shoe. So we have it in black, and then we have it for you in hickory. But tell us about this one. I love that this is your workhorse.
This is, yeah, that's a perfect example. This is our workhorse boot. We only have a handful of waterproof boots in the entire line, this being one of them for under $100. And every single detail in this boot, we could spend honestly, if we start at the bottom and work our way to the top and then go to the inside, we can spend an entire hour on this boot. First, I love the way you're holding it. Oh, I don't have it. Will you hold that up just a bit so we can see the outsole on that? This is like you are scraping the ice off the driveway. You're not slipping. It's a rugged, lugged, full weather waterproof outsole. You turn that to the side, that waterproofness goes all the way up. We have a high quality rubber and leather and suede on this one. You've got those wonderful D-rings, those great high quality two-tone laces. And if you'll open that tongue up for me just a bit, you'll see that the tongue is gusseted to the boot. So the tongue doesn't go all the way down to the bottom where the laces start. What does that mean? If you step in a snowdrift, if you step in a puddle, there's no way that any water, anyhow, anyway, can get into this boot. It's waterproof. The wool blend lining on this is thicker than any boot that we have. If you dig your nails in there, it's a good 1.5 inches deep. You are standing on a sheepskin footbed.
Yeah, this is nice.
So there's sheepskin down there. It is nice. I'm telling you, it's warm. It's your workhorse. It's your hiker. It's your sledder. It's your snow boot. This is the one. And under $100 with the BEARPAW name and quality standing behind it, it is a value extraordinaire, and she's good looking too.
Oh, she is. I mean, when you talk about sporty chic, I mean, this is your hiker boot, your combat boot. I mean, this could really be worn just for fashion if you wanted to. I know you live somewhere really cold. Maybe you're in New York, maybe you're in Chicago, Boston, where it's really, really cold, right? North Dakota. But you could have this on. Maybe you don't get out and do those winter excursions, but you put this on with your jean, and you're warm. You're warm, and it's waterproof. So no matter if it snows, if it sleets, if it's that crazy cold rain, look, I want you, feels thicker than the other sheepskin in the shoes.
Yes.
So they made this a lot thicker. You're just gonna choose whether you want, and I like both colors, the brown, which is we're calling hickory, or the black. But the black is most popular, and this is a mid-calf design, so this is one of our higher shafts. This is 10.25 inches high in the shaft, which shows how high it goes up on the leg. And then there's a 10+ leg opening. There's also a 1.5-inch rubber sole on this, sizes 5 to 12. And there are 16 reviews on this, but this is your most rugged boot, Tanya, and I think it's so stylish. Usually rugged boots, no offense, but usually they're not very cute.
Well, they're just function, right? They're utilitarian. With BEARPAW, first of all, we just want you to be comfortable. That's what we say, live life comfortably. And next, we want you to be warm. So we want you to be comfortable. We want you to be warm. But we also have fashion in there as well. We are definitely not a utilitarian company. There are utilitarian boots out there. They're work boots. That's it, plain and simple. You're going to work, you put on your boot, you come home, you take off your boot. With BEARPAW, we have a lot of style in each and every boot. And I was shopping with Sarah the other day, and she used to be just like a rockette up in New York. And she said, this boot, that boot is the boot that every single model would wear starting right around mid-October until March. And they would wear them with their skirts, their dresses. This is that boot that got them through the city. It's the boot that just doesn't get dirty. It's the boot that you know you look good. A model's not going to walk around in something that doesn't look good, right?
Right.
But you also have to keep those feet really, really toasty and warm. I love the shaft on the boot. It's a higher boot, but it's still mid. Like, it's enough to keep you warm, but it's not too high, so it will fit that calf. I know you said the opening on that was, I think you said around 12 inches, but remember, it is a laced opening. So you can open it as wide as you need it and tighten it as tight as you need it. So it's very, very versatile in the size of leg that you have.
And you guys, it's high quality. For $99, I think that's a fabulous price when you're talking about it's stylish, but you have the function. I want you to understand, out of everything I'm showing in this hour, this is the only one that is 100% full waterproof. Now, we're getting limited on the hickory. This one is the most popular. It's selling the fastest. If you love the hickory, I would get it home. Again, the size for you is 5 to 12. So sizes 5 to 12 for you. This is real leather. That's what I mean about quality. So you have real leather here. I love that you have this rubber here so that you're not gonna, you know, scuff the toe. And then you have just this nice contrast with the white rubber. The sole is what you'll love. If you know someone, you have a loved one and they like to get out and they like to shovel the snow, you don't want them to slip and fall, get this for them. Because I love when we have our, you know, elderly that are still active and they still want to get out there and shovel the snow, do whatever they normally do because they're in good shape. Get them something where they won't fall. It's also good looking and they will love it. This is ageless to me and it's also timeless. And what I mean by a workhorse, yes, you'll wear this out and about. You know, maybe you'll go to the farmer's market and you know, take your morning stroll and you'll have these on. It's a little chilly outside, but you'll also do the hard work too. You know, shoveling the leaves, shoveling the snow, and maybe you have to get out when it's wet because you still have to go to work or you still have to pick up loved ones. This is perfect. 642-496 for that workhorse shoe, the most rugged booty that we have. It's sporty, it's durable, Tanya, and all that traction. You know, we worry about falling. There's so many injuries when it gets cold and wet outside. That's what I like about the stability. Absolutely.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you always hear about people falling all the time. So yes, it's a very stable boot. It's a very safe boot. It's a beautiful boot. And you were mentioning that is true leather. So not only is it waterproof, but they did add the never wet to the leather. So you have a boot that will be waterproof, but also it'll stay pretty too. You know, I mean, this is going to be a boot that you're going to have this season and next season. I promise you, if we're shopping together 10 years from now, you're going to say, I got the Desdemona with Debbie G and Tanya C, and she still looks pretty and she's still doing the work. So I love this boot. I really hope you're taking advantage of it. We only have those 2 colors and a few sizes. This particular one, when these go, they go for the season, and we'll try to bring it back next season, but it's not something that we can put back into production and bring back, let's say, in January. You know, we'll just wait until 2021. So if you love her, gobble her up.
Absolutely. When I lived in Colorado, these shoes were $200 and up. This is a fabulous price. Easily. I wish I had this when I did a story on the big sheep, bighorn roundup. I was slipping and falling everywhere. Okay, listen, I want to remind you of the shoes. Yeah, I did all kinds of stories. It was crazy. Look at my shoes you have on. If you love the